Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, everybody? It's the Max&JuanCast. Want to take a little bit too big a breath while I'm taking over the pod. It's been a fun day. Doubleheader, man. We didn't even take a break. We just started arguing about Aaron Rodgers, so we're back at it. We're going to start we're on our NBA preview. We're doing overs and unders, storylines, a little bit of fun.
What side are we doing?
We're doing the Eastern Conference. I'm sorry. I'm slacking.
Yes, sir. Yesterday we did the
Western Conference. And yeah, we're wearing the same shirts because we're animals, dude. We don't bathe. Right?
Like we said, bro. Doubleheader. We're doing the East today. Welcome anyone who's new to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Comment down below your thoughts, predictions. I know we have a lot of Laker fans that watch this show. If you guys want to watch the Lakers breakdown, predictions, go hit that West, bro.
Isaiah, dog. Time for you to catch up on your Laker fandom, dog.
But we doing all the East, all right? So that means big-ass hitters because, look, in years past, it's been the West dominating for, what would you say, Max, about 15-plus years?
Yeah. 10
It's
years.
been that long.
The East has had always a team or two that was good, but never the depth. And I think
it's time to say
the top three teams in the East might be the best three teams in basketball.
Yeah, and they got some depth too, man, because I don't think maybe the 8th seed, maybe the 8th seed, you'll see a team with a losing record. But for the most part, it's going to be tough, man. It's not going to be, this is not your daddy's Eastern Conference.
It's wearing your daddy's favorites and your daddy's E's.
But let's go ahead and start it off with a banger, bro. Let's start off with the NBA defending champions. We still got oh no. There we go. Good. With Giannis coming back for another season.
Where's that Middleton picture? Because that boy's smirking.
I know.
That's like when he's walking off the court. They got the Suns in 6 games. Now the path to repeat. I think that's the only storyline for this team.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll have a little bit of the monkey off the back, like I was kind of saying with Kuzma?
Definitely with Giannis. Giannis and Middleton.
Can we stop with people buying into Giannis's jump shot now? Like, have you seen the people like saying about Giannis's jumper looking smooth?
Yeah.
I think the mid-range jumper, like the one where he drives and takes like a little one-legger, I think that's gonna be nice this year.
No.
3-pointer.
Look, man.
He figured it out.
Yeah, he figured it out. By the way, the over-under for them is 54.5. That's high.
They were 46 and 26 last year. They've
crazy.
had a lot of really good years, but this is a little too high. I don't know.
Yeah.
Break it down. What do you think first?
Well, you know what? They brought back the majority of the gang, right?
They got Bobby Portis back.
What's the word on DiVincenzo?
He should be back sometime next year because he got hurt in the playoffs, so he might be out for a chunk of the season.
Yeah.
He's a good piece for them, too. Like, I wish they kind of had him in the finals.
We're talking about big depth teams. We're talking about the Grizzlies. I know I mentioned the Hawks. I think the Bucks are another one of those teams, man. They're pretty deep. They got Portis. They got Lopez. Of course, they got Giannis, Middleton, Pat Connaughton, DiVincenzo. Donis. But they got DiVincenzo, Drew Holiday, George Hill, Grayson Allen, and Rodney Hood. They can play.
They got the Giannis stopper too, Semi Ojeleye.
Look, they're pretty deep, okay. And usually with teams winning a championship, things change. Players got to go, and contracts here and there. They're bringing back their core 3, which is Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis. And Giannis, man, I've never seen such a flip on a player so drastically within 2 games, really, within a playoff series. I've seen it over maybe a year turned you, like the year that he had.
I kind of thought, I'm sorry to cut you off, and I really do. We got to start keeping a counter. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, it was like, wow, he's doing his same old crap. And then in the offseason, you're like, oh, I could have done this. And he was like, nope, I got it. I'm 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm 260 pounds. Who can stop me?
And I don't want to say this because obviously I don't think Giannis was listening to our podcast. But
you never know.
But you know what? For our podcast in particular, the things that we were saying that we wanted to see from him, it's like he was literally listening and was like, all right, I'll do it. And then, he did get blessed with injuries by the Nets. But
he got injured himself, though.
Yeah, he got injured himself. But he came out in game Game 3 and Game 4, and from there, it was smooth sailing. Something awoken in him, and he said, "I'm going to dominate."
I think you could just point to Game 6 of the finals. He had 50, right? Was it Game 6 or 5?
I mean, Game 1, he came out and he fucking dominated.
Not Game 1 of the no, he was hurt. Remember Game 1?
Yeah, but he still dominated.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the
Brooklyn series.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, Game 6 of the finals, he had a 50 burger, right?
Yeah,
it clicked for him, and Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday started playing well. Drew Holiday came up big in some spots, man.
He came up little at times, but he came up big.
He started like putting it together, figuring out, hey, I'm really good still.
But
he threw the icon. Look, go ahead.
You know what? I take that back. On the defensive end, he was fucking consistent all playoffs.
Drew Holiday? Oh, absolutely.
Defensive end, smooth. Offensive end was where it was seesaw.
2 for 14, 2 for 20. I don't think, going back to Giannis real quick, I don't think there's ever been a guy who had more iconic plays in like straight games. He had the block on Aiden, the lob. He had another dunk, didn't he? Or another block or something. Yeah. It was just crazy.
Thinking back at it, did he just low-key turn it around ever since Blake Griffin got him?
Yeah, honestly. There's no
ever since that game, it's been the fucking Giannis show, man. And I gotta give him props, bro, because we were fucking highly critical of Giannis, man. We fucking tore him one.
I think it was the Bucks, not just Giannis. It was the Bucks. Their stupid, stagnant offense. Remember, I was literally keeping track. I was like, how many dumb possessions did they have where Drew Holiday walks up and takes a 3 and nothing happens?
Yeah. But
I'm confident in this year they're going in. Mike Budenholzer should be better. I think they got the monkey off the back.
You know what, though?
What's up?
What scares me is the expectations. Not in the regular season. I think they'll be fine in the regular season. Spoiler, I'm going to go over.
Okay.
Are you going over?
I'm going over, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going over as far as the regular season.
I don't think they'll go over by much because I don't think the regular season means a whole lot to them.
Yeah. But for the postseason, what worries me is that expectation. So now we're going to start saying, you know what? We've seen it from this Bucks team.
They get it done.
They'll get it done. You know, they did it last year, and that doesn't always work all the time, especially with a champion like this who, you know, caught some breaks injury-wise and, you know, had a player just playing out of his mind. So are these players like a Chris Middleton, like a Drew Holiday, going to repeat again like that? And I can't give them the benefit of the doubt. I got to watch myself because I know everyone else is going to be saying that come playoff time.
This is my question that's going to transition to our next team, if that's okay. If Giannis was playing like he was playing, like at the end of the Brooklyn series, do you think Milwaukee can win it? Like, so before the series, right, like when they were playing bad, everyone was like, oh, they're doing this without Kyrie and Harden, right? They had no Harden in the start of the series. We were all like, oh, if a healthy Brooklyn team, so let's say Kyrie, Harden, and Durant are there, right? Do you think a healthy Bucks team with Giannis figuring it out could still beat them? Because I think so. If Giannis, like, there's no answer for Giannis on Brooklyn, and he was kind of stopping himself. So I think the Bucks could get them in a 7-game series.
Really?
If Giannis, like with Giannis figuring it out, I think they can get him healthy.
I don't think so. And that's a great transition, Max. Let's get into the Nets because that's obviously who we're talking about.
Their over-under is 56.5. Let's just start with the big elephant in the frickin'
But look, I want to answer your question. I want to answer.
I thought you answered it. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. But my reasoning why I won't take the Bucks is because of that man right there, Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is just simply better than Giannis.
We're gonna see this. I think this year one of them's gonna.
You look back at that series as great as the Bucks were playing and as great as Giannis was dominating.
They're one big toe away from not winning the finals.
Exactly, yeah. And just because of that, man,
mm-hmm.
he was easily carrying them just as much as Giannis was fucking dominating. You know, he had fucking PJ Tucker. Oh no, he had PJ Tucker just like twerking out there. He was stumbling. But
do you want to talk about the elephant in the room with the Nets?
Let's get into it. Look. If you notice, I got Kyrie all alone by himself over there.
Is he vaccinated?
No, that's why he has to stay on the other side because he's not vaccinated.
What do you want to say? about it. I'm not gonna give him any flack.
You know what, man? I haven't really gone super. I know obviously what's been.
He had the IG live, which I didn't watch.
I didn't watch.
I didn't really want to watch it. I'm just gonna say this: my problems with Kyrie do not stem from his unwillingness to take the vaccination shot. Excuse me. I've never been a Kyrie guy, and I think just leaving without telling the team where he's going, just the stuff he's like, the comments he made, the way he was in Boston, have led me to dislike him.
The way he left in the middle of the season.
That's going add that into there. I don't dislike the person Kyrie Irving. Let me rephrase. I don't think he's selfish. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he means really well. He's a smart individual. I just think he's a jerk. Not a jerk. Maybe it's just difficult. He's very difficult. I wouldn't want to be his teammate. I don't know him very well. So he's a great player. One of the best players in the NBA, no doubt. He's putting them in a bind. He's kind of like, I don't want to say he flipped off the management of the Nets. He's put them in a very big predicament, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
And I don't really, they don't want him. They don't want him if he's not vaccinated, and they can have him for 41 games? Like, why do you want Kyrie for 40 games? You can't play him at home for 40 games.
Are you fond with the rule this year with the whole vaccination and why he can't play? If you want to explain that to the audience.
Well, it's in certain cities, LA, New York, and there's maybe one other city I can't remember. If you're not vaccinated and you're a home player, you can't play. That's just keeping up with local ordinances.
Yeah, so that's why it's so difficult right now with Kyrie Irving specifically, is because he's not going to be able to play 41 games.
Maybe they just get the 8th seed and they get to play 4 games on the road.
I mean, that's insane to think about. Man. It's a tough predicament. I know the Nets are not going to offer him a contract extension, obviously.
I don't think the shot is I don't think the shot's the only reason why they're being hesitant. I think it's the way he's been since he's kind of been there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stay healthy, just like ankle, knee. And I just want to say, did I say one thing about him not taking the shot of why he's a jerk or a-hole? No. I did not. It's his right to choose. It's everyone's right to choose whatever they want to do.
I'm going to say this. He's different. I'm not going to say he's weird. I'm not going to say he's an asshole. I'm not going to say he's a jerk. I don't know him. I'm going to say the same thing as Max, though. He's a fantastic basketball player. One of the best basketball players I've ever seen in my lifetime. He's just different. He thinks differently, moves differently. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of the greatest minds and biggest influencers in the world are different. You know, that's what makes you great. But for this particular situation,
it's difficult.
Yeah,
it's putting him in a bind.
And that brings me to my question: what's his trade value?
Nothing. He has no trade value.
So all this Ben Simmons talk is complete BS, you think?
You can't trade him to anywhere because they don't know what he's going to do. He's starting to retire if he gets traded. So he has zero value. He's just a man without really a home right now.
Yeah.
The Nets don't want him. Let me rephrase. The Nets want him. The Nets just don't want him on his terms. The Nets kind of like, hey, we've done a lot for you. Maybe you could do something for us. I think that's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it. I think a lot of the teams like the Lakers who are fully vaccinated kind of have an advantage in some situations. They don't have to deal with the extra week of waiting. Like the NFL we were talking about, if you have a fully vaccinated roster, it's an advantage.
Yeah.
Because when COVID creeps up,
it's essentially having to fuck your quarterbacks not vaccinated. That's maybe not that your top wide receiver is not vaccinated.
Well,
because I would imagine KD's the quarterback, Harden's like
the center,
the left tackle. I'll say the left tackle.
Is that because he's a little porky? Okay, so how about this? How big is Kyrie, Harden, and Durant 90% of like this team's success? 80%.
Yeah,
you're missing 25%. Then
I would say a little bit more. You know what? I'll say 90%.
So you're missing 30%.
I think it's just a luxury to have Kyrie.
No, I think he's a necessity for the way their roster
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going over with the whole Kyrie situation going on because I think they're that good, and they're pretty fucking deep, bro. Like I think they are. I think they're pretty deep. They got Harden. They brought in a guy in Patty Mills.
That's a good move. I love that.
Joe Harris, Kyrie. Can't put in Kyrie Irving. Bruce Brown. Durant, LaMarcus, Blake Griffin, Claxton, Paul Millsap, they brought over.
That will be fine in the regular season, but can they get past the Bucks with Durant and Irving? I mean, Durant and Harden.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I don't think that's gonna matter because I think Durant's gonna outplay him.
You're going over.
What do you mean?
You're going over on the win total?
Yes, over.
I'm going under for the Kyrie not being there, and Durant and Harden have not been proven to be durable guys in the last few years. So I'm kind of scared of that.
Look, I'm basing it off, I know injuries are going to happen. Obviously, if an injury happens, they'll go under.
Yeah, I'm betting on the injury. That's just me, and you're betting on health, and that's your. Do you want to transition to?
I want to say.
Go ahead.
I want to say one more thing about Kyrie. Just one more thing. Is it smart for him just to take a year off? Because you know what? Someone brought this up to me. You look at a guy like Ricky Williams from the NFL.
Kyrie might be the Ricky Williams of this, man.
Ricky Williams was a different dude. And he went away for, what was it, like about 2 years, right?
1 year.
1 year.
I can look it up, but 1 year was like, the NFL was like, you're not coming back.
Yeah. So it was 1 year. He went off. He essentially found himself. He was doing all kinds of different stuff. He was out the country.
Well, really quick, he didn't play in 2004. Came back to the Dolphins 2005. Canada, then came back.
Yeah. And
such an
I would say, I mean, he was always overdrafted, Ricky Williams. Obviously. Yeah, he was overdrafted.
Overpaid for.
Overpaid, overdrafted. But he was still a good player in the NFL.
Hell yeah.
Especially when he came back. You know what? I wouldn't mind Kyrie just sit out a year. Don't think about basketball. Take a year off. Do what you got to do.
Do you think he wants basketball?
Help out? I don't think so. I don't think basketball is as important to him as it was when he first came in the league. And I mean, that's great, man, because, not all players have that. Not all players have that. Basketball is their life. They devoted their life to it. And some players have a problem with a separation of family, God, life, and basketball. That's why some guys just struggle when they retire. It's like, that's all they knew. Fortunately enough for Kyrie, I think he's kind of, open to the fact like basketball doesn't define me, and I don't think it'll be a bad idea. Just take a year off.
Do you think part of the reason is that he's kind of over basketball is he's kind of already done everything? You think that plays into it? Like, do you think he's like, man, I still need that championship. Oh wait, he has it. He's a Hall of Famer probably because the NBA is just like that. Yeah. He has probably the most iconic final shot, second most iconic final shot in NBA history.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I wouldn't oppose for him to just.
Do you think Ben Simmons needs to take a year off basketball?
No. I think he needs to play more.
Can we use that as a transition to talk about the 76ers? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I know it's a cheap way to do it.
So the over-under for the Philadelphia 76ers is 50.5. As you can see, I got Simmons all by himself too, with the basketball and Embiid on the other side.
You think he's going to shoot that ball in his hands?
No, probably not. He's looking to pass it. You can just tell. he's 2 inches away from the rim and he's going to pass it.
There are reports he's coming back to camp. They went 49-23 last year in 72 games. They still have Joel Embiid. I feel like you have to factor an injury to this because if Embiid gets, how many weeks is Embiid missing? 3 weeks at least.
Yeah.
Knee bruise, calf strain, shoulder tear, sat on his thumb or something, broke his thumb. Like Ben Simmons is going to be the black cloud of this team till he gets traded.
You know what though?
He can't come back. Like he can come back, he'll never be able to grow because everyone ran him over with a car. Did they not? Doc ran over him. And Embiid was like, you got to shoot open shots.
I get it. I think Ben Simmons is a fucking loser. I'm sorry. I think
define loser.
Like a loser the whole way he's approaching this.
Okay. Oh, like he's just
like
he's just in a losing situation no matter what he does.
Yes, and you know what? I absolutely love the way the Sixers are handling this.
Saying we're not just going to trade you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I fucking love it, man. Because every team should not have to be fucking cornered and be like, oh shit, we got to trade him. Like the whole James Harden situation. You know what they said? No, we're not. Oh, you're not going to come to camp? Okay, don't get paid. Like,
Yeah, he changed
that's
that
on you.
Also, I don't think forcing a trade is the best way for the team to get value. And for a guy whose value is very questionable at best, they need to try to find a way to like repair his value.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you traded him before the playoffs, you could have got a lot for Ben.
Yeah.
So is there a way he can repair his value? And that's like the big question. It's going to be addition by subtraction when you trade him. But is there like, so if they play 20 games with Ben and he's showing like he can hit threes at like a 35% rate, that's a lot of value added, right?
Yeah, obviously. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to.
Do you think he'll be refusing to shoot this whole year too? Do you think he's any change in his game?
No.
I know you've seen the videos and the shots looking great.
No, I don't think so.
I don't believe it till I see him. If he comes out the first game and shoots 5 threes, I'll maybe have some like.
Yeah. I don't see it though. Which is a shame because the Sixers are a really good team. They got some depth. They got a couple of players that can make a leap. I'm always talking about this. If you guys don't know,
Andre Drummond.
No.
Okay.
But I'm always talking about this. When I look at a team going into the season, I look at young guys or just, players who've been in the league just, 1 or 2 years that can make a leap. And Tyrese Maxey is a guy that pops out to me.
I like that.
A guy that can make a leap. Shake Milton's not bad. Seth Curry. I think
Curry's been great for them.
He fits perfectly. Korkmaz, not
like
bad.
Him.
Yeah, he can.
Thibault, if he can get some shooting in.
Danny Green fits perfectly, 3-and-D guy. They basically got 2 Danny Greens and Thibault and Green. Like they're basically the same player. Tobias Harris, you know what? He had a lot of criticism, with his whole contract. Playoffs showed up.
He'll always be overpaid.
Yeah.
He's still a good player.
Playoffs showed up. He was doing his thing. Joel Embiid as advertised.
I just want to say this. I think Andre Drummond's in the best spot possible because when Embiid goes down, literally just fill him in and do everything Embiid does, Drummond.
Yeah.
Catch the ball in the post, face up. I'm being sarcastic, right?
No.
You didn't realize I was being sarcastic?
Oh, yeah, no. I know you're being sarcastic. He's so out of shape, bro. He's terrible.
I also like Jane Springer. I think he can maybe help. The Philly's going to be fine. I'm going over. 50 wins is nothing for this team. As long as Embiid doesn't miss the whole year,
right?
He's capable to get them 50, and Doc's going to coach him up and BS. Just matters when Ben's get traded.
I mean, they were first in the East last year, and they had 49 wins. I know it was less games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll get 50 easy.
Yeah,
51. You're going over?
Yeah, I'm going over.
Okay.
The Ben Simmons shit doesn't scare me. I think he's going to fall right into line, and they're going to play it.
But he'll be the same Ben.
He'll be the same Ben. At some point, though, if they want to win a championship, they're going to have to get rid of him.
Yeah, I agree. Or he's going to have to show unprecedented growth in his whole career.
Exactly. And Doc's another reason why they're going to always have postseason woes.
They threw him under the bus.
They're lucky that Ben Simmons plays for their team. I'm just going to say that.
What do you mean?
Because Ben Simmons is a scapegoat.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Doc Rivers is not giving flack. No one talks about the fucking fact that this guy has lost multiple 3-1 fucking leads.
Should never have been playing Ben out there. They should have just sucked it up, benched him. They should never have had him out there in those moments. And that's why the Hawks beat them. And the Hawks had an amazing year. If you want to transition to them.
No, let's go to the Pacers.
You want to jump to the Pacers?
Yeah.
Wow, we're jumping all over, huh?
Domantas Sabonis, our boy.
Can you link the video?
Do
we have the capabilities?
Yeah, I'll put a little icon up here.
That's what we're most known for in Lithuania.
The Indiana Pacers made a lot of changes, man. Specifically with their head coach. Rhett Carlisle is their new head coach. Their over-under is 42.5. This is one of my most loved teams out of the East. I like Sabonis. You know what? I kind of realized that what's his name was a big loss. McBuckets.
Dougie McBuckets? Yeah,
I know you're giving me shit for that.
Him and Sabonis played really well together. That's like Sabonis' like partner in crime. I can't believe we're doing another year of the Miles Turner Sabonis thing. I don't get it. I just feel like you should just trade Turner.
I know, but doesn't this feel like a Rick Carlisle roster that overachieves?
Yes, it does. He's a much better coach than Nate Bjorken, and I'm pretty sure just from everything that's kind of slipped out of camp or slipped out of the Pacers, that the players hated him and wanted to like quit.
Yeah.
TJ Warren elected to have surgery so he wouldn't have to play for him.
I kind of wish that they kept Oladipo.
I think Karis LeVert, is every bit as good as Oladipo.
You think so?
Is. Not that 1 year, but overall he'll be more steady than Oladipo is now.
Gotcha.
And I like Chris Duarte is going to help. Torrey Craig's going to help.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sabonis going to have a big ass year, 42.5 wins. I'm going over. This is an easy one for me, man.
I mean, look, Rick Carlisle knows how to play with a guy like Sabonis. I mean, I'm nowhere near comparing him to Dirk Nowitzki, but I mean, Dirk knew how to do the majority of everything on the floor. Like, he can pass. He knew how basketball worked, and they centered their offense around Dirk. They're going to do the same thing with Sabonis. Sabonis is going to be the vocal point, which he should be.
Yeah,
he's a talented enough player to do it.
He averaged, 20, 10, and 5 last year?
Yeah.
Made a video on him. It was great. You know? 26.5 assists and I think like 12 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can work with that, right?
Right. The Miles Turner thing does scare me, but
he's a good big next as a bonus, but it's just like you don't do anything besides protect the rim. Like, you don't shoot threes. You're not I don't know. Yeah. If they can figure out a way to unlock him, it would help.
Last year was such an awful taste in their mouth. That team knows that they were better than that.
Oh, no doubt. They were such underachievers, man. Yeah.
And Sabonis got hurt for a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
He was out. So I'm looking for them to really have a comeback.
Sounds like the over.
Over, yeah.
Oh.
Who we got next? Let's go Wizards.
Okay. I like how we're bouncing around. I think this is going to be a quick one, though, to be honest with you.
Wizards over under 33.5. The Wizards, Max.
They have a new coach. They have some they have some ex-Lakers. They have a lot of ex-Lakers. KCP, Kuzma, Thomas Bryant. Like, they just are like baby Lakers a little bit. Like the Pelicans. Lakers got so many guys out there, man. They added Dinwiddie. They got Rui Hachimura coming back. I like him. They still have Bertans. They have Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
33.5 wins seems like a lot for this team, man. I like Bradley Beal. I don't like him as the best player on the team.
I'm going to say this. I think this is another team that, they got players.
They won 34 games last year with Russ.
Yeah.
And I feel like Russ was the other team last year was a little better. Do you think so, or I'm wrong?
That the last year's team was better than this one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I like this team a lot better. They have guys that play basketball, or have been good in the league. They've had their fucking moments, but KCP can play. Kyle Kuzma.
I don't know. Kyle Kuzma can play, man. I don't know.
Kyle Kuzma in this environment?
In a bad environment, that might bring out the best in Kuz.
I like Rui. Let's see if Bertans can fucking get it back together.
Gaffer's really good.
Gafford, Thomas Bryant, he can score.
Yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, I like myself some Aaron Holiday.
Are you going over?
I'm going over.
I'm going under. 33.5 wins.
Wow.
And I know.
Let's talk about the Bradley Beal situation. Everyone. I have Max too. I mean, Max threw him in a trade when we're talking about the West. But is Bradley Beal safe to stay in Washington?
I would lean that he's not going to request a trade. I feel like he's very happy there. The team's I would say they're trending up.
I wouldn't say he's happy.
No, I think he's content.
Content
there. That might be a better word. I don't think Beal's the type of guy like Harden where he's going to go nuclear even if he requests a trade. And
yeah,
that'll be fun. Like, this is Beal's team. He's not surrounded by bums.
And I think that's where that gets lost, though, Max.
It's not like they're starting. Let's just go. I'm going to jump to Cleveland real quick. It's not like they're starting. Where is Cleveland? They're not starting. They're not starting like Denzel Valentine, like the carcass of Kevin Love, Ed Davis.
No,
like they have decent players.
No, 100%. The Wizards has some players.
They could sneak into the 8th seed.
Yes. But I want to say this with Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Everyone's always saying, hashtag free Beal, hashtag, Beal's so fucking
good.
And why is he in Washington? Like, he wants a trade. No one tends to realize, like, He's never said that. He's never wanted to be traded this whole time.
He's had some very big, like, bad body language moments and just, like, discontent on the court. Like, he's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and I don't think he's nowhere close of leaving, though. He's just like, I'm just going to.
They would have to start off like 0-20 for him to be like, all right, it's time. They haven't been as putrid as we think.
Yeah. Do you think Bradley Beal's that alpha, though?
No, I said I like him better as a second guy on the team.
Guy. Really good second guy, though.
He's good. He's a really good scorer, but he's not the type of guy to elevate the team. That's what I should say. Like, he could be a de facto number one scorer, but does he LeBron? No. Is he Durant? No. Is he even
Tatum?
He's not even Tatum or Luka. So that's what it comes down to.
Exactly. I'm going over for the Wizards, though, y'all. I think
shout out my man Winston. He's gonna be mad at me.
Winnie. Speaking of Jason Tatum, let's go to Boston. All right, the Red Sox are in the MLB playoffs. Just lost to the Astros. Only right. Let's talk about the Celtics.
Let's do it.
Their over-under is 45.5.
That's a weird under to me.
Yeah.
They were 36-36 last year. 7th in the East. They got clapped up by the Nets. Jaylen Brown should be back pretty soon, which is good. He had the wrist surgery. They have Robert Williams. They got Al Horford back. Our man Schroeder, hey, Mr. turned down the bag. Schroeder.
I don't think that actually happened.
What? He never got offered that much?
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of bad reporting because I don't think he ever demanded $110 million. Because I'm like, you've got to know yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're not that irrational, are you?
I don't think they ever offered. I mean, he even said it. He was
what do you make of this team, though? Do you like the additions? Do you like Schroeder? I like Schroeder, but I feel like he's crappier Kemba. I mean, he might be better Kemba.
I think Schroeder really helps out Marcus Smart.
Do what?
Trying to be a playmaker.
You think those guys? Do you think those guys get along well?
Marcus Smart and Schroeder?
You think they'll butt heads?
Yeah, probably not. But I think it really does help out Marcus Smart because at times Marcus Smart was de facto point guard and trying to score. I think Schroeder's going to really help out with that. As much flack that we give Schroeder was, pretty good for the Lakers at times last year when he wasn't, fucking up.
When he literally did not show up.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like Schroeder for this team, and they got him for a bargain. Josh Richardson coming from Dallas, right? That whole thing went downhill. I know you were a big fan of Josh Richardson.
It's been hard since he got to Philly, man.
Yeah.
It's been hard since he got to Philly to like the guy.
Yeah. So he simply just can't shoot.
Not anymore.
But if he can resurrect, anything he has in the tank, this team can be, really good. But
they have a new coach. We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Udoka from the Nets. Brad Stevens has become Danny Ainge. Mm-hmm. Danny Ainge is gone.
Yeah. And I know Celtic fans are going to love themselves from Robert Williams because of last year.
He's solid, but he can't stay healthy. And the thing that comes down to this team is they're soft. They get down early. Jason Tatum doesn't get a call. He walks back. Yeah. All that builds up on a team. And
what's the word on Jaylen Brown real quick?
No, he's coming back soon. Okay. He's almost healthy. I was reading. He doesn't play yet, but should be back. Not that I'm the biggest fan of the Tatum Brown backcourt.
Yeah.
I just think this team doesn't have enough, man, and they don't have enough complementary pieces. I don't know Jaylen Brown and Tatum are good enough on defense, and they just pout, and they're not tough. That's what it comes down to for me. Like, they're only going to go as far as those two guys.
Yeah.
And those guys aren't Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Right. If you're the Celtics, do you kind of regret going with Brown and Tatum and not going another direction, like going all in for another guy?
I'm not sure if I regret doing that, but I definitely regret not going all in for like AD back in the day or something like that.
Like a player of that caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Would you
do you see a Damian Lillard trade here?
No, I do not see a Damian Lillard trade. Not that I don't think that would really help.
No.
Would you like Beal and Tatum more than Brown and Tatum?
No, I like Brown. I like Brown and Tatum.
Okay. I was thinking maybe Beal more off the ball and let Tatum play make, but Tatum's not the best playmaker.
You know what? As similar as Tatum and Brown are, and you will assume that'll be a problem, but I don't think it's really not.
I think there's a potential for problem, and I think depending how the season goes, we're going to see. Yeah. I'm going the under 45 and a half. Yeah, I think there'll be right around 44 wins. They went 36-36 last year. You had 10 games.
I'm going to go over just because I trust Jason Tatum. I like the addition of Schroeder. As far as their playoff success,
they're not winning the championship this year, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, I don't think
Sorry
so.
to tell you.
Yeah, sorry to break it to you, dog. And that's not I'm not trying to be a Boston hater. Obviously we're Laker fans. But
F Boston. I'm just being honest.
I'm going over though. I am going over. I'm giving them credit for the regular season, but who are they going to beat in the playoffs? They can't beat the Nets. They definitely can't beat the Bucks.
Hawks, no.
Hawks, yeah, they don't match up good with the Hawks.
They could probably catch New York.
They can beat New York. Can they beat who else is a
Hornets? Yeah, they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, those are all low
bad teams.
All the top dog. Like, can they beat the Pacers?
I don't think they'll be able to beat the Pacers this year.
Like, that's just it's tough. It's really tough. Can they beat the Sixers? Even though they matched up good with the Sixers in the past, but I got the Sixers over them. Like, who's gonna guard Joel Embiid?
They have bad bigs. They've always kind of had bad bigs. Robert Williams is good. He's fun, but let's see what he actually becomes. We're going to find out this year.
Another team, and we'll get into them next. Can they beat the Heat?
I got faith in the Heat. They're 40-32 last year. The over-under is 48.5. Seems a little high.
Oh, I think I got it wrong. 45.5. That's my mistake. So what's the number?
48.5, I believe. I'm going to double check. Maybe I got it wrong.
Yeah, so the over-under right now is 48.5. I have 45. Max is double-checking that right now. What is it?
Hold on one sec. I'm looking it up.
But this team...
48.5.
48.5. Okay, so I'm wrong. Don't pay attention to that number. It's not 45.5. It's 48.5. The addition of Kyle Lowry. That's their biggest addition.
They got a lot of people. They got Oladipo. If he can come back and give them anything, that'd be good. Kyle Lowry's going to help, no doubt.
I think a big thing with them, Max, is they have about, I would say, 3 players that have played good in the past. And if they get anything of that player in the past.
Which players?
I think it's Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and Victor Oladipo.
A lot of Tyler Hero talk this offseason that they're talking about. He's coming back to the pre-bubble bull crap, and they always kind of make those stories. It's like, look at this guy's off. It's like NFL. Someone always has a monster offseason, and it never really comes back out. Do they need 2 out of those 3 guys, or just 1 to show up? I think Robinson's going to show up. He's a pretty known quantity. He's going to give you threes, play okay defense.
Can he take it to a new level?
No, he is who he is.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler, I don't know if he can be that level again, but then maybe Bam, and I think that's what's going to come down to. If Bam can kind of step up, and he's had moments on defense, but his scoring needs to take a step. He's the guy with the biggest leap. Yeah, and I think Lowry's a big upgrade over Dragic. Very big upgrade over Dragic. Yeah. I like Markieff and PJ. Like, I know people get PJ crap, but I'm like, what's he supposed to do? He's just play defense and stand in the corner. Yeah. That's his value. If you're an analytic guy, you hate PJ Tucker. I don't understand why people are like his plus minus. I get it's bad, but if you look at what he's going to do, he's not asked to do much. He's asked to play good defense and just shoot corner threes. Yeah. And people judge that off playing defense on KD. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's like, who doesn't get scored on by KD? The one thing that scares me out of all the teams, to be honest, this one scares me the most about injury concerns. Kyle Lowry is a guy that throws his body around. Jimmy Butler, besides those tires. Besides his age, I don't care what his age is. He has a lot of miles playing for Tom Thibodeau back in the day. Jimmy Butler, he's really prone to get injured this year. Like, this could be the year. And Bam, a guy that struggles to stay healthy himself. So that very much scares me with this team. But I love their head coach, Eric Spoelstra, known quantity. As far as the players go, I like them. What are you going? Over. You're going over. It'll be close, though. 48.5. Maybe you get 50. I'm going to go over, too. A lot of over from you. I don't think you've gone under yet. Yeah. I like a lot of teams in the East, man. I like a lot of teams in the East. They got Markieff Morris. Yeah, Markieff and PJ will do their little thing. They'll be tough guys. Play small ball 5 at times. Exactly. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
They got Bam.
No, when Bam is not in.
Oh, maybe they want to. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Small ball five.
Yeah, space it out.
They're not gonna play Deadman.
No, Deadman's Deadman.
So like when Bam's off the court, they can go PJ, Jimmy, Hero, Lowry.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I really like that.
If they can get Tyler back, that'll really help.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit of their postseason. Can this team compete for a championship?
I think they can. I really think they can. I know last year they just went into a buzzsaw and they only had 3 months off like everyone else. The Bucks had an extra month off than they did. So let's not forget the COVID crap. Not saying not the COVID, the bubble short break. Remember they only what was it, 80 days, 90 days?
Yeah.
They're a team that plays their guys a lot, so it's not fair to them.
Yeah. And Jimmy Butler had an amazing year last year. Kind of really under the radar.
Yeah, he really did.
Kyle Lowry, does he not just scream Heat culture?
I'm sorry, I forgot to write down. Is Udonis Haslem coming back? Because I really have to find that out. Because if he's not there, I don't know the culture is back.
Oh my goodness!
Well, let me make sure he's coming back.
UD, fucking OG Haslem, man. He's probably like.
Oh, thank God he re-signed with the Heat August 15th.
So he's still on the roster.
He's still on the roster.
That's fucking dope.
He got a 1 game last year for 3 minutes. I think he got ejected with fighting with Dwight Howard.
That's good. Fuck it.
He got 4 points though.
Hell yeah.
Has his career high in the last 6 years. 4 points a game.
That's fucking insane.
How many games has he played over the last 4 years?
Say 10.
He's played 20. He's played 23 games in 4 years.
Jeez. Hey man, he does other stuff though. OG.
Oh no, you just need that bench guy, that bench goon.
Yeah, so we both like the Heat, man.
Yeah,
both high on the Heat. Let's go to the New York Knicks.
Ooh.
Now this team, overachievers last year. Me and Max were big fans of them. We're talking a lot about the Knicks last year.
We also picked them over the Hawks. Not our best moment.
Yeah, not our best moment. Maybe a little bit of bias towards our boy Randall. But
I still have faith in Randall. I know he didn't look good in the playoffs, but it's really hard to play when you have no one to help you.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple of their newcomers, Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier.
I don't know what Kemba is right now.
Yeah. They got Kemba on a
discount.
Yeah. But they brought back Rose, Manuel Quickly.
I like Quickly.
Yeah. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. What's up with Mitchell Robinson?
He's hurt, but he should be back. And I think if they get him back, he's a lot better than Taj Gibson and Nerlens Noel.
Yeah.
And Nerlens Noel was good for them last year. And Mitchell Robinson is twice that.
Yeah.
Tibbs loves his big rim protectors, dog.
Yeah, he does. Their over-under is 41.5 wins.
I'm going to spoil it over.
Really?
I'm going to do my locks at the end, too, because I think I picked more than 5.
You really think this team's going to go over, man?
They won 41 games last year. And they're going to play hard for Tibbs. They're going to play a lot. And I think just playing hard and playing a lot, your stars a lot, is an easy record to get like 40 wins in the NBA.
You know what?
I liked Obi Toppin at the end of the year. He kind of came on.
I'm going to go under.
Really? I'm shocked.
I'm going to go under. I think this team was...
regressed a little bit, a little darling team.
Yeah, I think there were, overachievers last year. I don't think Randall's going to have the amazing... He had an amazing year last year. Like, he
just hit a game winner in a preseason, dog. You got to take consideration.
I don't see it. Like, is there a chance that Randall has a better year than that? I don't think so.
Maybe a little more spacing, except there is no more.
I mean, I loved what I seen last year. The 3-point shot was really what made the difference. But
I think the Knicks will be better because they have more offense and they'll still have to buy in on that defense. Like Fournier is going to help them.
Like, if Kemba can bring them anything.
What about RJ? What if he takes a leap?
He could take a leap. He could. That's one guy.
If he takes a leap, though, Randall won't have the year we're thinking he'll have.
Yeah, but they'll be improved, though.
Yeah.
But a guy like Kemba Walker is because what scares me, Max, is, we seen it in the playoffs last year. The guy that took big shots for them time and time again was Derrick Rose.
Yeah, and Alec Burks.
Yeah, like I can't.
Are we done with Kevin Knox?
I'm done.
Okay.
Manuel Quickly is a lot better than him. I like Quickly.
I like Quickly too, man. I like Quickly too.
But, if the Knicks are good, I'm happy. It makes it fun.
It's better when they're good.
It is a lot better. Me and Max were loving it last year that the Knicks were good. I hate when the Knicks are bad. It's just like
they've been bad too much in my life.
Exactly. So I'm going under, but hope they go over. Okay, for the Knicks fans out there. Any trades potentially with this team to make them better? Maybe Zion.
Yeah,
I don't know who the fuck they give up for Zion though, without making them back.
Randall back. You can have Randall back. You can have Mitch. You can have Barrett and take that all. You get Zion, but I don't think Zion's value is huge right now.
Okay, as Zion's hugest value,
what is this?
Do they have a chance to get him?
Yeah.
Really?
So. Yeah,
what are they gonna give up?
3 first-round picks, Randall, Barrett.
I don't think that's enough.
He's not healthy.
I'm saying that is full value.
Oh, full value. Like if he was healthy.
Yeah, you assume he's Zion from last year.
Is he in shape?
Yeah, like he's Zion.
How much does he weigh? 240? 260?
I don't know.
I would love to see a front court of Randall and Zion.
I would love to see him play with RJ Barrett again.
You get the Duke boys.
Yeah, that's why he wants to go to New York.
Would there be a burlier front court in NBA history than Randall and?
Yeah, that should be crazy. Bully boys. That's what they'll be. The bully boys. Let's move on to one of my favorites of the East. The Atlanta Hawks, ATL in the building. You talk about overachievers. This team was the definition of it last year. Their over-under is 47.5. Trae Young, man, showed us something different last year. He shut me up for damn sure because Trae Young was one of those players in the beginning of our NBA preview last year. We're really critical of Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks just in general. We're off on them. You know, they started off fucking bad. They fired their coach. And once they fired their coach, they were fucking off and running from there. And they got rid of Rondo.
So, I think it had more to do with Lloyd Pierce. And I don't think they regret it at all. Nate McMillan just got this team playing so much better. Mm-hmm. I think you remember when I was like, I think they should be the 4 seed. And then they were awful. And I think Trae Young kind of deserves some of the stuff we were giving him. Just...
yeah,
like you weren't good. You won 20 games, and everyone's crowning you the next best guy.
Yeah,
Trae Young still has his faults, but he's trying a lot more on defense. He's figuring out the balance of assisting and scoring.
Yeah,
I like this team. Hunter was really good for them, dude.
So they're one of the most.
They're the Grizzlies in the East.
I think they're deeper than the Grizzlies.
Danilo Gallinari, Jalen Johnson, Gorgie Zhang,
Lou Will, Kevin Huerter,
Red Velvet, Cam Reddish, Lou Will. Delon Wright, I like this team a lot, man. I think,
and you look at guys that can make a leap, Max. You got I believe Trae Young can still get better. DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, John Collins.
Are we both going over?
47.5 wins. I'm definitely going.
I'm going over too. I really like them.
Really do. I wouldn't be surprised if they're. I don't think they'll be the first seed because I think the Nets or the Bucks are going to get it. Wouldn't be surprised if they're a top 2 or 3 seed, number 2 or 3 seed. Not at all, man. This team is deep. I really like it a lot.
Do you think the first 2 weeks Trae Young gets annoyed at refs a lot?
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about them is the calls that
they're not getting them no more.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's good.
You really think they're going to stick with that?
Probably not, because remember when they got all mad when they were supposed to give a tech when someone complained, and then they all cried about it and they fixed it.
Yeah, but Trae Young, dude, he just figured it out.
Dude, even if John Collins gets hurt, which he always does, Jalen Johnson is like John Collins insurance. That's what I always say.
Clint Capella fits so well with him.
Oh, my gosh.
And
I like this team, man.
DeAndre Hunter, a guy who
he was good for him, and he got hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt almost the whole season. And you know what? Once he came into the playoffs, it seemed like he needed more time to get his legs under him.
Yeah.
You know, it just seemed like he needed more playing time.
Well, it's hard to jump from being injured for 6 months into a playoff game.
So they played him less minutes. You know, you can tell he wasn't really a big factor.
They didn't have the real DeAndre Hunter.
But you know what, though? Sometimes that's just a blessing in disguise for teams because it winds up making guys step up like Kevin Huerter.
Cam Reddish had some moments.
Cam Reddish was dead in the fucking water, bro.
And he came back for that one year.
He resurrected his career. People love Cam Reddish now. I'm a fan of Cam Reddish.
I'm not a fan, but I don't think he's awful. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. When it first started, it was
when
bad.
He was doing this spin move twice and throwing the ball into the shot clock. I couldn't help him.
It was fucking bad, man.
So where are we going now?
Let's go to another team I fucking like, man.
It's got to be the Hornets.
No, the Chicago Bulls. Over under 42.5. You talk about changes.
If they don't win 43 games, they are terrible.
Yeah, it's a fucking bust, man.
I'm going over. I'm just saying it now. I wanted to say it real quick.
Over. And look, I feel like it's going to go one or two ways. I feel like it's either going to work and be really good, or it's going to go downhill, and it is absolutely not going to work.
I'm going to say the same thing you did, but look, let's be real. They overpaid for Vucevic for no reason.
They kind of overpaid for Rosen.
They absolutely overpaid for DeRozan. They have Lonzo Ball, who we love. Mm-hmm. Made a video about him, and that was crucial. They got the Max&JuanCast video team right now.
Their GM is the Max&JuanCast.
Yeah, I wish. Caruso's going to really help this team. I know he's an average 4-point team, but he makes winning plays. He gets that culture. He's the Energizer Bunny. Lonzo Ball shot looks great. He can pass. He makes it easy for guys to play with. I'd be really surprised if the team's bad. I like Patrick Williams, a good 3-and-D guy. I'm a little worried about the depth. They don't seem to have a lot of great players. They have some decent ones.
Yeah.
Like Kobe White, Caruso's good. Kobe White and Caruso are good. Troy Brown, Derek Jones Jr. is whatever, and Tony Bradley's whatever too.
Yeah.
They can add one more piece. I will say
what are they missing?
I think just some depth. That's all they're missing. Maybe if Zach LaVine can take a leap and be more than just a bad team, good stats guy. I mean, he'll score, no doubt. Scoring's not that hard in the NBA anymore, but can he elevate guys?
Yeah.
And maybe they don't really have faith because they brought in Lonzo and DeMar to help them out.
I think Lonzo's in the perfect situation.
They kind of have to win by committee.
Yeah. They got to play as a team. Zach LaVine has to learn the same things that Trae Young was learning and showed us how to control the pace of a game, know when to pick your spots, is the same thing for Zach LaVine. Those guys can score in their sleep, but it's how you score. It's how you do it. Elevate other teammates. We're always talking about Chris Paul being the best leader and not having amazing stats. You know why? Because he elevates teammates. He controls the pace of the game. Now, granted, I know Zach LaVine's not a point guard, so it's not necessarily his job. But technically, the best guy on the floor, the LeBrons, the Lukas, they control the game.
You're right. Best players control the game. Even Joel Embiid impacts the game and makes it easier for his teammates. And Zach LaVine doesn't really do that.
Yeah. And he needs to show us that this year. A guy that I'm banging on improving and making a big leap who's young, Patrick Williams. This guy is built. He has all the physical tools to be an all defensive guy. Long, lengthy. He needs to be that guy because Zach LaVine and Vucevic are not good defenders. Lonzo Ball, he's good. DeMar DeRozan, not the best, but he can play defense.
I'll be interested to see Lonzo on defense because in our video we said I think he's just a bad defender he's a good defender on a bad team. Yeah. And the culture kind of seeped in.
Because that's my question here is when they play the big dogs, when they play Kevin Durant, who's going to guard him?
Patrick Williams got to.
Exactly. So that's a guy that needs to take that next step. And I know it's quick, but it needs to happen. And I just want to give mad props. I said it when we did our free agency winners and losers. I got to commend the Chicago Bulls because I gave them a lot of shit for doing that Vucevic trade. And it's obvious that they're panicking about Zach LaVine. They're trying to keep Zach LaVine happy at all costs. They gave up a bunch of draft picks for Vucevic in the middle of the season. Everyone said they loved it. They loved it. Oh, my God, the Bulls, they're so good. Me and Max freaking hated it.
We liked the trade. We just didn't like the value. That's what made it bad.
We didn't like the value. And plus, you missed the playoffs. Yeah. That's bad. It looks fucking horrible. You know what, though? I give them props. They came back in free agency. They said, we're not good enough. Let's improve this team. Let's get some guys in here and help out Zach LaVine. Let's make our superstar happy. Let's make some moves. Let's not be stalemates like the Portland Trailblazers and fucking stick around with our thumbs in our asses. No, like real talk.
You're right.
And they got out. They got Lonzo Ball. They got Caruso. They got DeMar DeRozan. Yes. Did they overpay? Yes. But sometimes that's what you have to do to make shit go.
You're right.
It's the facts.
You said it well.
Do you like their coach, Billy Donovan?
He's decent.
Yeah.
Don't love him. Don't hate him. Don't think he's bad. Don't think he's great.
Still a working product in the playoffs. I got to see how they look in the regular season.
They better get there.
Yeah. They got to win. Like me and Max said, it's either going to go really good or it's going to be really, really bad.
They're going to be the same old Bulls.
Yeah, exactly. Big high hopes for the Bulls. I'm definitely Max 2 League Pass team. Definitely. You got to be watching them. Yeah, because they're probably not going to be on national television that much. Let's move on to a team that's probably not going to be on national television. The Detroit Pistons. Let's go a couple bad teams right here. They're over under 24.5. Look, their two best players. They're on the screen.
Who you got, Jeremy and Cade?
Yeah, Cade and
I like those two. I think those two will be fun, but Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, Killian Hayes, not really thrilled about. Still got Josh Jackson, so
yeah.
They went 20 and 52 last year. If you add 10 more games, do you think they're really going to win 5 more games?
No.
I don't think they'll be good. They'll have a decent season by their standards of like, hey, look at the development of some guys. Right. But the wins and losses aren't the point of the season for them. I'm going under.
I'm going under as well. It's a quick one. They're in rebuild mode.
Yeah, let's rebuild.
Yeah, nothing. You don't got to prove anything with wins. K needs to look good, score some points, go to the development stages, go from there. Let's move on to another team who fucking sucks.
Magic?
The Orlando Magic. Their over-under is 22.5.
They have a new coach, Jamal Mosley. They got Jalen Suggs, who me and you were not. Maybe I was. I don't know if I can't remember if you were.
I wasn't
thrilled.
What? I watched a lot of stuff on him after you guys were talking about.
Such a winner.
Yeah, I completely get you. I get you how not a lot of people are looking at the basketball aspect of it. It's more like, oh, this guy's a winner. He's a great leader, former quarterback. He knows how to lead guys. I got to see it, bro. It's really hard to take over a franchise like the Magic and just be that leader guy. Maybe that's what they need, stability, I
think so. They got hurt injuries too. Like Fultz is going to be out a while. Isaac's going to be out a while. And those are two guys I like.
Exactly.
You're going over or under?
I'm going under.
I'm going over.
Really?
They're going to finish 23 wins. It's not a lot. They're not going to have no great season like 40 wins, but they have decent players. They got Franz Wagner. They got the Wagner boys. Mo Bamba showing signs of life.
What do you think about that Wendell Carter signing?
I think that's a good sign.
Why not just,
though? What's wrong with it? You can't give him $10 million a year?
Why so soon? Just let him play. Because if you see what the fuck you got.
I think even if he's bad, I give him $10 million a year.
I don't know, man.
I mean, what if he has a breakout year and it should have been 20? I think it's just a smart bet because even 10 million, he has value just to make other trades happen.
Contracts, just with trades and shit. I get you. I don't know, man. I wouldn't have done it. I'm not a big believer in Wendell Carter. Maybe that's what it is. Book's still out on him.
No, definitely.
You still got stock on Mo Bamba?
No, I never had stock. I didn't even hear the song, dog.
Another shit team in a row. 3 in a row.
Please be Cleveland.
Cleveland Cavaliers over under 26.5. I like.
Oh my God, this team sucks. Under. I'm filling out under for you.
Under.
Yeah. Just read the front court. Why?
Darius Garland, Ricky Rubio, Colin Sexton, Cedi Osman, Isaac Oroku, Denzel Valentine, Evan Mobley. I love Evan Mobley. K-Love, Lowry Marketing, Jared Allen, Ed Davis.
How many front court players do you need? Why? I don't understand, dude. They're gonna trade Sexton probably. So then they have Osman. I like Okaro.
Yeah.
Mobley's cool. I like him, but I don't really think he's a 4. I think he's a 5. I don't really see the point of playing Allen and Mobley together.
Yeah. Is this the second worst run organization in the league?
Who's the worst?
T-Wolves.
Kings?
T-Wolves.
Yeah, I think. No, Cleveland's worse.
Than the T-Wolves?
Maybe not run, but right now they have a worse roster.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah. Cleveland's bad.
I'm not spending a lot of time on Cleveland, man. I like Garland, but it's just a crappy team.
What do you think about Sexton? A lot of people,
Trade him.
had that 50-point game.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Kevin Porter had one. I don't like him. So what? Who cares?
Right.
Time to actually win. Winning matters.
No. So big unders for us for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
How many teams do we have left? I think we only have a couple left.
Yeah, I think we got Raptors and Hornets next.
Ooh, where do you want to go to first?
You know what? Let's end off with the Hornets.
Because there's everyone's darling.
Yeah. Toronto Raptors. Bro, look how fucking like bulky what's his name is. Look at this dude.
Scotty Barnes?
Scotty Barnes,
yeah,
man.
he's nice, dude. I like Scotty Barnes.
Over under 36.5.
They don't look at their record from last year. They played in Tampa the whole year. They tanked towards the end.
Yeah, I was pissed off, man. I can't remember if I knew or not that they were doing that. Remember, I was high on the Raptors last year.
Yeah.
I really liked them.
They had some bad injuries and they were like just done.
Yeah. But you know what? My dude
Chris Boucher.
Boucher made the leap. Boucher's good, man.
I like him. Yeah.
I like Boucher.
I've never seen him miss a three. Like when they played the Lakers, I feel like he shot like 8 for 8 against the Lakers. I was so mad.
Yeah,
I feel like he's killed the Lakers even the year before, like the year we won the championship. Remember, he like had his showing out party against us.
Yeah.
OG's back. OG will be good. Pascal's a little banged up. He'll be back. Hopefully, Pascal's like a little bit better.
I'm scared. That's who I'm scared about.
Pascal. You can flip him, I guess. He ain't been the same since Kawhi left.
Yeah,
that spin move is dying slowly.
You know what though? All the team disciplinary with him, with the stuff going on off the court. I don't know if it's attitude. I don't know what it is, but that really scares me. I love Nick Nurse. I think he's a great basketball mind.
Top 5 in the league,
I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. They're probably like the Munchkin brothers, the mighty Munchkins. That's what I'll call them. They are, though. They're just the mighty Munchkins that love to fucking hype up crowds.
That's why they got Scotty Barnes there to like protect them.
Yep.
36.5 wins. Are you going over under?
I'm going over.
I'm going over. I'm sure.
It's a tough number. It's a tough number to go over, but I like the Raptors, man. I don't think they're going to win the championship or anything.
No.
But, in a perfect world, I wouldn't even say that. That's a bad thing to say. In my opinion, I think they have the pieces to come together as a really good team. Like, I just like how their team is built. Like, they got the point guard in Dragic. He's solid. You got the scorer in Fred VanVleet.
He might be bought out. There's been some talks, but I think he's there for the time being.
And you know what? I think they're going to be assholes on defense.
Yeah. And Nick Nurse pushes the envelope.
Like Scotty Barnes and OG, is that the two best defensive wings besides the Clippers?
That might be, yeah.
That's insane.
Maybe Thibault and Green.
And I know, I mean, it's tough to say. I know Scotty Barnes is a rookie. He hasn't even played a meaningful NBA game. But it's all about the trajectory. And this guy is 3rd overall. So it's high hopes. And I trust their GM. What's his name?
Masai Ujiri.
Ujiri. There you go. He has this is a well-oiled machine in Toronto.
They tanked last year and they got the 4th pick.
Would you say they're probably they're kind of the OKC of the East without with the championship?
I would.
I mean, OKC's been well run. Nah, not really.
I get the analogy, but I don't agree.
No, I get you.
I like that you're pushing the envelope, though.
I'm just saying, like I like how business is done in Toronto. Even with the whole Kawhi situation. I mean, with him leaving. Like, it went smooth.
It did. They got the chip.
Let's go to the darling, man. We'll end it off with them. Last team, the Charlotte Hornets, over under 38.5. This team scares me to death.
Why?
Gordon Hayward, I don't really trust. I think he's very injury prone.
Is LaMelo Ball injury prone?
I don't think so.
Got hurt in Australia. Got hurt his rookie year.
That is very true.
Lonzo's kind of been an injury prone player.
Has Miles Bridges gotten hurt?
No, he's been pretty durable.
Yeah.
PJ Washington got his money taken from him by a crazy baby mama. That sucks. So maybe he's going to play hard for a new contract. I like Kelly Oubre, man. I think he's going to have a good role on this team.
Really? I love their head coach, James Borrego.
He coaches hard.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to me with the LaMelo stuff. If he's healthy, they're going to be good. If he's if he's not healthy, they're not going to be good. He might have a huge leap. Look,
what's funny?
He had a good rookie year. It wasn't anything. So it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen. But I know he makes highlight plays, and I know House of Highlights has to show him.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of seeing him so much.
I get you. But I think he had a really good rookie season.
He had a very good rookie year, but it's not like LeBron's rookie year or even Tyreek Evans.
No. One thing I was going to say, typically in basketball, you don't really have the sophomore slump, typically.
I don't know about that.
I feel
like there's some sophomore slumps. Like Tatum had a sophomore slump.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Because you remember he's doing all like
maybe team wise.
Yeah, maybe. I think Tatum. I don't know. It just depends.
I'm saying typically in the NFL, it's kind of the opposite. It's more like you have a good rookie year, then you have the sophomore slump.
Yeah.
In basketball, I think it's kind of the opposite. I think it's like
sophomore leap.
You got it. Like that's when guys make the major leap in the sophomore season.
I think they take you more seriously as a rookie than the NFL players, because it's so much harder in the NFL. Like you're learning so much more. Yeah. You have to learn a playbook. And
guys in the NFL, you're not even considered not a rookie until 5 games into your second season. That's how seriously they take it. But LaMelo, I think this season is so important for him because, a lot of people were saying he's going to be a bust, brother, overrated, for, kind of like the annoyance of like what you have with him. It's like, people talk this guy up like if he's so fucking amazing.
If he's like LeBron or something.
Yeah, like you see him on House of Highlights constantly.
So are you going to go with the over or the under? I am going under.
Really?
They'll be right around 38.
Man, it's tough, bro. I don't know.
We can come back. I mean, we can recap and then you can pick. You want to do that?
Nah, I'll do it right now. I'm going to go over.
That's what I wrote for you because I knew you would take him.
I'm going to go over. I'm a big LaMelo Ball fan. I really like what he brings to the table. The only thing that scares me is the Gordon Hayward. That really scares me because I think he's a big part of their success is Gordon Hayward.
Okay. I like it. He's going to be hurt at some point. He'll hurt his ankle or his calf or some his foot. Yeah. He'll land on somebody's foot. He'll have a foot sprain for 3 weeks or
right. So let's do a quick recap. And like we did for the West,
5 locks.
Yeah. Let's go for 5 locks. So me and Max are playing, just a little friendly competition of over-unders. We're going to tally up our over-unders, but we get 5 locks. So on the teams that we think are basically our guarantees, we get an extra point. You get 1 point if you get it right, and you get 2 points if you get a lock right, but you get no points if you get the lock wrong.
It's like basically the locks either add 1 or subtract 1.
Exactly.
So
you can double up.
Start us off. What team are you on first? We'll work our way down.
We'll go all the way down the order that I have. Utah Jazz.
We're in the East one. Or did Utah?
I know. Might be. Ooh, might be. Not West. We're not in the West.
I thought you said West.
Let's go Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
54.5 wins.
Over. You have the over too.
Over. I'm going lock on this one.
Okay.
And Brooklyn Nets, 56.5. I'm also using a lock. Back-to-back locks.
You went over. I went under. I'm locking it under.
Ooh. Interesting. That's going to be the fucking the
deciding. Yeah. Okay.
It is. 76ers 50.5 wins.
We were both over. I'm not locking it.
Yeah, not locking it either. Still keeping my pick. Maybe you can change them right now. You get a chance to change.
No
them.
Changes.
Okay.
No take back, sir.
And Indiana Pacers 42.5 wins.
Hold on, let me go to Indiana. We both went over. I'm locking that.
You're locking that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay put.
Okay.
Washington Wizards, 33.5 wins.
I went under. You went over.
Not locking.
I'm not even touching that with 10 football.
Yep. Boston Celtics, 45.5.
I went under. You went over.
Not locking.
Me neither.
Miami Heat.
We both went over. We in
Skyami. I'm staying put.
I'm not touching it.
The New York Knicks, 41.5.
I'm locking that as over. You have under.
Not locking. Wouldn't be surprised. Over under for the Atlanta Hawks, 47.5.
We both have over. You want to lock it in?
I'm locking it in. Oh, wow. Chicago Bulls, 42.5. Definitely not locking this one.
We're both over.
Yeah, no way. Detroit Pistons, 24.5. I'm locking it.
I'm with you 100%.
Okay. Orlando Magic, 22.5. You locking it? Both under.
I went under. No, I went over.
Oh, you went over?
I want the over. You went
locking
under.
It?
Hell no. I can't trust Orlando.
I'm not locking this. I wouldn't be surprised if they win a couple more games. Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm locking that.
Lock.
Crap.
Yeah, locking it too. Lock it up. Toronto Raptors, 36.5.
We both are over. I'm not touching it.
How many locks do I got left? I got one more, right?
Let me double check. Give me 1 second. Play some like music while I think. Stop. I can't. You got 1, 2, 3.
I think I got one more.
I think you got one more too. Let me just double check. I should have wrote that down. I'm sorry. 4. You have 5. You're done.
Okay. Perfect. Good. Because I did not want to lock on these next two. Okay. Toronto Raptors, 36.5.
We both went over. I'm seeing. I just want to double check how many I have.
I think you got one more.
I got one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Toronto, and who's the last one? The Hornets?
And the Hornets.
I'll lock them as under.
Really?
I don't like it at all.
You don't want to go back?
No, I got to
get a lock.
I'll lock it.
Fuck.
Lock it up.
38.5 wins. Max is going
I've closed
under.
my laptop. I can't change it.
Max is going under for the Charlotte Hornets as a lock. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your NBA preview for the 2021/2022 season. In the books.
Did you have fun?
West. I had a lot of fun.
We talked about basketball. We haven't talked about basketball in like two months.
It's been a minute. Look, I think this is one of the best times of the year. Basketball is coming back in the swing.
Baseball's going.
Football's red hot right now. You got the holidays coming, Halloween and then Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays from the Max&JuanCast. Yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting, bro. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the love we've been getting on all our videos, whether it's a view, a like, a comment, if you're subscribed, even if you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. That's all the links are in the description, guys. If you guys want to follow us there. If not, you guys can simply type in Max_JuanCast. Follow us on those platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Of course, we're on YouTube. If you guys are watching this now, thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Max?
Thank you guys for watching. We're getting back in the NBA stuff. Be on the lookout for vids dropping. Still talking about football. We'll be back, Sunday night?
Sunday night.
We got Anthony Edwards dropping. Check that out. Check out all our other videos, too, if you want. We have a Kobe video. I don't think a lot of people watch that one compared to our other NBA ones, but I think that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, but hey, we put a lot of
What do I got right here, dog? Got Kobe's.
Kobe.
Oh, why? End it, dog. Kobe.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.